Hey Pisces, I hope that you're all doing well. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. I hope you're having an amazing day with your family, or at least being able to spend some time online with them, whatever be the case. I hope you're safe and healthy wherever you are in this world. I want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to all of you amazing followers for your donations, for the reads that you've been purchasing, even as Christmas gifts. What a great idea. It's been wonderful reading for you all, and not only that, but I'm really grateful for each and every one of you, and I hope you know that. Thank you for the kind messages that all of you are sending with the wishing me a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's so incredibly thoughtful, and it means the world to me. I just so grateful for all of you. That being said, I am excited to spend Christmas Day with you guys. We're in lockdown, so we can't spend it with family and friends. But I got that out of the way this morning, talking to people and the last bit of family that I have, and it was nice. It was nice. But now I get to spend some time with you guys. So let's get into this for you. What do we got? What do we got? It looks as though in the past there was a bit of a stressful situation. I feel like you took a few deep breaths, you exhaled the tension in your body that may have built up, and then you let the stress go so you could come back to your center. And I think that coming back to your center had to do with somebody being overly critical and judgmental of you. This person, whoever you were dealing with, they may have gone through a court case of some sort, but they may have judged you in terms of what the result was. Maybe they feel as though they're still the victor because you've got the Six of Wands here, but I'm feeling egotistical energy. I feel that you were trying to help. You were using your skills. I feel as though you're doing exceptionally well with this Eight of Pentacles, and you could be quite smart in what it is that you do. Maybe even you do something as a job and you were utilizing your skills, and somebody turned their back on you. And I feel that you didn't want a connection to end with somebody, but you had to because they were judging you and criticizing you. I feel as though they may have projected that you were judging and criticizing them, but I don't think that was the case at all, because you were showing up as, trying to help somebody from not going into total failure or ruin here. But it caused some stress here, and this person was overly critical, and they're not learning from their past mistakes. I feel that because this Six of Wands energy, I feel, is pride. And there's always that pride that comes before the fall, right? But what concerns me too is that the Six of Wands sitting under judgment, that's not a victory. It's not victorious to judge somebody else. Again, they may have come to you for your skills and then turned their back on you once you helped them or tried to. Some people are very like that. They have issues with projection and they don't even realize that they're doing it, but they're doing it. And I say that because I think that there was an unexpected ending, but you transformed here and you surrendered to your full power. In the present, it says that your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. You are being generous here. You are generous, Pisces. You give a lot, and I feel like someone was begging you. That's what this was about. They were begging you, and then they were pissed off and didn't like what you came up with. Hence the judgment, the criticism there. I also feel that there's a bit of jealousy, and if we were to lay these cards out as such, you can see that there's you know, you're surrendering the stress. You're just mastering your craft. You're paying attention to detail. You're working hard, right? But you can see that this person that you're dealing with, they're so busy looking at you and criticizing you, and it made them feel better to do so. And then they moved on. They think that they're special. They think that they're very special. And I say that because as we get further into this, you'll understand where I'm coming from on it as the story unfolds. So in the present, what I have, like I said, is surrender to your full power. You might be receiving gifts. You might be receiving generosity from others, but you're definitely transforming here. You are learning from past mistakes. You're gracefully moving forward, I feel. I don't feel that you're harboring resentment at all for anything. You just took what it is. But this is a spiritual transformation and new beginnings. It's about letting go and endings and change, right? Transition. And maybe it was sudden and unexpected, but you're starting to realize, you know, just what you're worth and what you give to people. With that Six of Pentacles energy, I absolutely love it because I feel like you're being generous, right? Because this transformation here, it speaks to the gifts and generosity and charity or donations, money, community assistance, support, sharing your kindness, your wealth or your prosperity, power, authority, control, maybe even investors, giving and receiving, and you're being grateful, which I noticed too. You're definitely going through this change, and as you surrender to your full power, I think that that's what's giving you that opportunity to be so helpful and to be so charitable to others. Now, this person, on the other hand, they've got the Ace of Wands, which normally speaks to being impulsive, or they were looking at new potential or possibilities or growth, or maybe they had ideas, or they are trying to be creative or motivating, right? Maybe they're trying to go through some personal growth as well, okay? They want to be first in whatever it is that they do. They want to be the one. They think that they're original, right? They may have felt inspired. Maybe they felt fascinated or courageous. They might have even been trying to use their gifts in the present, okay? So maybe they're trying to invest in their own future here. But also, they have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, the energy that I'm picking up on this is that even though they're fired up and ready to go, they might be starting to see some rewards and profits or results or payouts or manifestation of their new goals, which is great. But also I feel though that they're reviewing and taking stock, or maybe even they're at a crossroads at this point in time. And I say that because it's like here was this new beginning in the past, and they're sitting here and they're focusing on how things are growing, what things are changing for them. What I see for the want here is inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. I think that you're doing this because in your energy, you've got this Three of Pentacles. Okay? So you're going through this big change. You're being generous. You're trying to find this beautiful inner peace. That's what you're holding on to. And some of you might be learning or studying, but you're definitely growing. And this is showing your hard work and your commitments. But what I really love is it's the collaboration, teamwork, and determination. You're reaching your goals. You're dedicated, right? But I think that you're also getting recognition or rewarded, and your hard work is starting to pay off. So you can see the difference with the Six of Wands here as opposed to under judgment. Like somebody judging. This is ego based. So this individual was judging you. They were very much in their ego space, and I think that's what led to this ending. And you're growing. You're continuing to grow, and I think another reason why is because maybe you've played it small a lot in the past. And when I say that, I mean that a lot of us lower ourselves to meet others. And the reason why we do that is because we feel bad for them. We know what it's like to feel like the underdog, or we're not vain, okay? A lot of us are not vain or self-proud. And so we try to, how do I put this politely? We try to dumb ourselves down to make others feel better because we like to build them up, right? And maybe this person just took how you tried to build them up, even if you had to be honest. But I feel too that there was a moment of you needing to be truthful, and you were, and this person just was like, yeah, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm all better. Like their back is turned to looking at their own shortcomings because they're so focused on you and criticizing everybody else, because that feeds their ego. So you can see the two sides of the sword there. But I see that you've been very helpful and you're being rewarded now. But what's interesting is this inner peace. Now, this person, what they want, I mean, they're actually in Hanged Man energy. So this does represent Pisces. So they could want you back now. And the reason why is because they're single again. They're single and they're having to do things on their own. And yes, they want to be, they want the luxuries in life. They want the stability. They want all of that. However, there's this Hanged Man energy. And that speaks to feeling trapped or confined or self-limited. Some of them are uncertain now. And now they're lacking direction, right? And maybe they're trying to let go and get used to being single, but they need to step outside of themselves and look at their situation from a different angle. They've been trying to control things, which would make sense for all of the judgment that's been going on here. And maybe that's what it is they've been waiting for this brand new beginning and to see results from things and see results from whatever it is that they've been trying to do, but they're not seeing it as much as they want to, or it's not coming into fruition. Again, this speaks to impulsivity and rash decisions, hence there could be this issue with inner peace. Some of them, I feel too, like this card shows that they jump from one bad situation into another without considering where this behavior takes them. And it could be this pride energy, right? Like, I'm perfect on my own. I do everything so well on my own. Do you notice how this person is just on their own consistently? Do you notice that? One person. At least even in this Six of Wands, there's people around, right? And the collaboration. So people. As opposed to this person, alone. This person is alone throughout this whole reading. Alone. And we'll continue to get into it. But I think that this person now is also seeing how strong and great you do on your own, and that's bothering them. They don't like it. So they're trying to find some inner peace with this situation, but I don't think that they are finding it, because the advice here is surrender low self-esteem. You're showing up, Pisces, in your beautiful King of Cups energy and judgment in reverse. You're not judging people, but also I feel like you're not allowing people to judge you anymore. And maybe that's what this situation is about. And maybe this person does not want to take the look at themselves because, again, judging, they're so busy judging everybody else and you, and apportioning unfair blame to a situation that they're not looking at how they are being their own roadblock. So the King of Cups is usually somebody who's very compassionate, calm, caring, friendly, sympathetic, wise, tolerant, definitely tolerant, and diplomatic and balanced, affectionate, romantic, charming, devoted, someone who's family orientated, someone who's easygoing. Could represent a married man or a good husband, partner, or father, someone who's loyal, faithful. It even represents spiritual guides or counselors, for that matter. And it speaks to emotional maturity. But the thing is that I think, too, being as kind and caring as you are, you may still, despite the fact that you know and you're wise that this could have been the other person's issue, you still allow their negative judgments to bother you sometimes. So Spirit is saying you deserve success, love, and abundance. So set the intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. I think if you're internalizing what people externally say to you, you end up judging and criticizing yourself more than what needs to be. And I say that because of the fact, too, that you're attracting judgment. So you can see where that is on the energetic vibration, why you're attracting people that judge you, is because you actually allow their judgments in, right? So I think where this king is coming in, and as this is advice, is reflect it back out. Don't take that on to yourself. Do not take on other people's judgments of you, because they're the ones who have to deal with themselves. So this could be coming from a low self-esteem place, but you've got this, Pisces, and you don't need to internalize somebody else's shortcomings. Their advice, interestingly, go figure. They've got that Seven of Wands. They also have low self-esteem in the fact that they're so defensive. They're so protective, and they're so determined and challenging that they oppose, again, with this judgment, they oppose other people's views. They oppose and criticize as opposed to allowing maybe the truth of what you've said or done, and they hate you in a sense for it. And we'll get to that. But again, this Seven of Wands, they're trying to maintain control. They're trying to, maybe even they're relentless, and they've got too much of a strong will. This also speaks to, again, blame or harassment, resisting, okay, someone who's demanding. So this energy around, this is what they're telling is causing their low self-esteem, is because they do have low self-esteem, and they're protecting themselves by hiding behind their ego. And ego will manifest in a form of self-protection by these types of things that I was just talking about being defensive and being protective, someone who's trying to be challenging and opposing. They're trying to maintain control of their own life, but what this shows is that the more that they do this, they are actually lacking of ideas and intellectual ability, and they're failing. This speaks to hostility and arguments and insults, even sometimes. But more or less, their criticisms, they're actually hurting themselves, and they may even be hurting themselves financially because they have poor financial control, but also it's a lack of opportunities or lost opportunities. This person could be unstable and, again, insecure. They're greed. They could be very stingy and penny pinching as well. Not as though money really matters so much, but this person has a lack of planning, and it signifies delays, and that they're not putting in the work that's necessary to achieve goals. And why? Because they think that they're perfect on their own. They think that they can do everything on their own, but then they don't understand why they always end up alone, right? So their low self-esteem is probably because they don't want to face the fact that they make bad decisions. They don't want to face the fact that they're not good with money, or they're not good with planning for long-term goals. If they were, they wouldn't be alone and constantly finding themselves in situations where they need to criticize others to protect themselves, right? So the outcome here is surrender obsessive thinking. There's you, Pisces. You are the fool. You've got these beautiful brand new beginnings, but not only that, it's a brand new beginning with 10 of Pentacles. So you're doing exceptionally well. And it says if you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Then doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. I think that's what you've done with your spiritual awakening here. You're like, you know what? You see how his hands are like, whatever, just whatever. Take it, spirit. You're in control here. You're in charge. You're releasing the burden, and you're not allowing these obstacles to seem so big, like these big mountains here. You're like, no, you know what? It is what it is. And you are doing exceptionally well, especially with your cooperation here and being recognized to the point where 10 of Pentacles. So you've got a new beginning coming in terms of an unexpected windfall financially, or maybe you're going to receive a lump sum of money. Maybe you're going to be the recipient of a will or deeds or trust funds or an inheritance. But again, solid foundations, okay? It speaks to values and support and riches, or maybe even old money, but a business empire and domestic bliss. Some of you may get a new contract that you'll sign into that has to do with money. But again, it speaks to settling down in prenuptials and marriage, or maybe even marrying into money. But you've got amazing things coming in terms of abundance here. And it represents those foundations and happiness in all areas of your life. So expect good area or good things to happen in this area, especially with this brand new beginning. You've shed all of the hurt from the past, which is good, or if you haven't felt like it, you will be doing so. Now, the person that you're dealing with, again, they are going to be obsessive. And so when I was speaking to that jealousy and the issues here, you have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords speaks to deceit, lies, trickery, cheating, theft, underhanded behavior, scheming, right? Somebody who's being dangerous, or maybe even they're spying on you. They've got a lack of conscience or strategy. They may even be mental manipulating. So that's what I was talking about here in terms of don't let their criticisms get to you. Don't internalize that, because that's how they get what they want, is by mentally manipulating you. And what's a good way to manipulate people? By saying things to them, right? It's like psychological warfare and abuse, for that matter. And of course, Seven of Swords is about thoughts, right? Or communication. So this person could be very cunning. And I say that because below it is the Page of Cups that came out as a clarification, but it came out in reverse. So this person, it speaks to childhood issues, or even bad news or broken dreams, canceled social events, engagements, proposals, bad news, again, like in terms of those proposals. But it also speaks to obsession and envy and jealousy and vindictiveness, because this person is emotionally vulnerable and they're trying to protect it through their immaturity, right? They may have emotional wounds. They may become promiscuous. They're ignoring their inner voice or inner child. And they're also somebody who could be very obsessed with image and attention seeking, very attention seeking. But I hate to say it, they're going to receive some sad news, right? That's going to result in sadness or disappointment or heartbreak or sorrow. And it can indicate a descent into emotional instability. And that's what that obsession is here, an obsessive thinking, right? And the envy and vindictiveness. So I think what's most important here, Pisces, is you keep going on the right track. Your rejection is your protection. And you can see how this person, sadly, is not going to learn until they really take a look at themselves. So whoever this is that's around you, don't let their words get to you. Don't internalize them. That's what the king represents, is externalizing. So you push that away. You take their defensiveness and leave it to them. You cannot help somebody who does not want to be helped. And no matter what they say to you, no matter how they lie and show up to you as, oh, I need your help, Pisces. I need you to do this, or I need your input on this, just so that they can say, well, actually, no, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I know the best way, but yet they continue to suffer. It's because they're getting in their own way. They're blocking themselves from their own success. You're moving on, and that's going to make them very jealous. But you know what? That's on them, and you don't internalize it. And don't judge them for it either, because you know what? That's who it is. This is just showing that you got to work on your low self-esteem, and that's why you attracted this type of person in your life. Low self-esteem in terms of giving someone too much credit, giving their words too much weight, giving their opinions too much, right? So it's interesting too how you see how this person doesn't give your words any weight and you give their words all of the weight. Do you see that attraction there? So it's like this is a really good balance. This person needs to learn to allow other people's advice or whatever in, and you need to stop allowing them to define your worth through their criticisms and their judgments. Okay? I love it, Pisces. Look at all of this abundance coming for you. Brand new beginnings. A brand new year for you as well. Let's get you an intent card. Then I will close this off. Pause. Yes, practice the pause. Eve Cat from Elixir Healing. This is her deck. Beautiful. Practice the pause. Pause before reacting. Pause before saying or doing something you usually do, and change the course of your outcome. Exactly. You sit here and allow the blame to go where it is. When someone's trying to blame you, the truth is that they're not taking on their own issues because they're projecting it outwards. In every situation, everybody has an opportunity to learn in every conflict. And that's what this is saying, is that, you know, whoever it is that you have around you, they need to be able to look at themselves. And until they do that, they will continue to project their issues outwards. And this is your opportunity to change the outcome, which is no longer accepting judgment from people. And the next one, believe, believe, believe. Yes. This says, believe in yourself, believe in your dream, believe in magic and miracle. Only then is it real. That is so true. So believe in your success, believe in those that are recognizing you for all of your gifts and talents, and those who praise you and love you for what it is that you bring, your generous heart, your generous, caring nature, not someone who takes advantage of it and then secretly hates you for it, right? There's that poisonous apple. Let them eat their own poison. Don't you take on any resentment. Don't take on any of this person's issues. You just focus on yourself and focus on training yourself to no longer take in the judgments or criticisms of others, okay? That's their problem. That's their problem. You see all that vast land back there? They're too busy focusing and fighting everybody else instead of turning around and looking at what it is that they do have to find their own stability. It's a false sense of security. And again, you are attracting people. This person alone, always finding themselves alone. But yet, they don't know how to change. And that's on them. It's not on you. You can lead a horse to water. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love. And thank you, as always, for being here. All the best. And I'll give you guys a reading before the new year. Bye.